precision, history, but we're flipping the script. We're completely flipping it in reverse at this historic Silverstone circuit. Hello, friends. Welcome to RPL Tier 2. Faded F1 Polish Hammer live in the commentary gantry for this one. And a lot of history associated with Silverstone Polish. You know it, I know it well. What are we going to witness here as we flip the circuit around?
Well, we know what we usually expect from Silverstone. We expect a lot of chaos, a lot of good racing, but we are going reverse. We have not, none of these Tier 2 drivers have actually been at reverse Britain yet, obviously, because we just started this game cycle. I think we're going to see a lot of good racing. The Tier 3 race yesterday was pretty decent here, so I'm expecting a lot of the same, to be honest.
In that Tier 3 race, Devin took pole position.
I mean, what's the difference, honestly?
Devin took pole position, and not Lucas Rasmussen, took home the win in the Ferrari ahead of the two Red Bulls of Devin and Joe Wilson. The Mercedes of AR Biscuit and SV came home 4th and 5th, and Scorenzi, our very own former commentator Ryan Searles, in 7th. Bezestio, Netsky, and Gobert followed the top 10. And Ryan was not happy with Leon Miner after the end of that race due to a straight line that saw multiple controversies being made there.
Yeah.
But as things stand in the Tier 2 aspect of things, Night Owl leads the championship over the two Mercedes that beat Nick and Mentoki. But Night Owl's teammate Reese Dainty there in 4th. What driver duo would you be more worried if you were on this Tier 2 grid, Ferraris or Mercedes at this point?
I'm honestly not sure. I think both teams have good drivers. I think both teams have what it takes to win. If I was the grid though, I'd be looking at the Mercedes being a lot of speed in the game. He had so much improvement over the last few months. Yeah, 25. And Mitoki's always been really strong, so I would be looking at those Mercedes to do something well here. But also, Night Owl and Reese Dainty, two very good drivers. Night Owl coming off a win. I wouldn't count them out either.
No, not at all.
Also,
they've shown true pace last season. They're showing it, of course, in race 1 of this season. Could definitely continue trending in the right direction. But
I just want to.
We'll have to wait and see.
I just want to mention those results that you that you read out were actually for Bahrain. It was not for the race yesterday that you read out. I have the actual results here.
Okay.
Result.
I was
the Mercedes of SV took the win yesterday at British Reverse with the two Red Bulls, Joe Wilson and AMS Devin. Jesus Christ. And then we had Tim's coming in 4th in the Mercedes with the McLaren of Tim Bed. The top 5. Bezestio and the Ferrari coming in 6th. Scorenzi, Hunted LAX, Mythic, and Not Raz rounding out the top 10.
AMC. I didn't know Devin was a employee of a very well-known movie theater.
True. And also, speaking of movie theaters, the F1 movie coming out today.
We are not sponsored or paid to put that ad placement in.
No, not at all. But
you can go see it at your local movie theater in IMAX.
Yeah, I heard it's a good movie. And if you go to a movie theater that is sponsored, I think it's Regal, you can actually get a popcorn bucket that's shaped like an F1 helmet. True story.
Well, I would like the Dune 2 popcorn bucket and 2 tickets to Madam Web, please.
All right, we got a few drivers ready. Looks like we're going to be getting started here ever so soon. We could have gotten started earlier, but somebody was watching Love Island and didn't put the lobby up. I'm not going to name names, but
George.
but Bobby should be getting soon. I said what I expected. What do you expect from this race, Faded?
Well, I expect the Ferraris to, be pretty tame around here, as well as the Mercedes. Even though Mintoki has shown her disapproval towards this racetrack, I think she'll fare pretty well in terms of being able to stick with those guys in front.
Absolutely, I 100% agree. We saw an interesting thing pan out yesterday. So during the Tier 3 race, I don't know if you knew this, but during the Tier 3 race, we had a safety car come out with about 8 laps to go. And as soon as we were coming to green, a monsoon started happening and it started raining, and the people that stayed out got absolutely screwed on tire strategy. And an SV would have won by about 30 seconds if another safety car had not come out. So we know England, it rains a lot there, so maybe we could see some more, rain racing today. Who knows?
You definitely could. Silverstone, known to have mixed conditions. Of course, I don't remember the year, but it was the year the heavens opened up for Lewis Hamilton, and he took home a dramatic British Grand Prix victory. Or no, wrong circuit. It was Hockenheim. What am I thinking? Jesus, I am not prepared.
It's okay. I'm not prepared. I took a nap and woke up about 20 minutes ago. Maxwell ended up practicing for regular Britain, not reverse Britain. It's okay. I did the same thing. Not gonna I'm not gonna hold that against you.
I mean, the skills, it could carry over. It's just, will it?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
All right. Looks like we are. Oh my God. All right. All right. George said go at 8:15, which is in 2 minutes. So we have 2 minutes more to fill stuff in. What else have we not talked about yet?
um, I have no idea. I think
Okay,
I think we said a majority of what we needed to say.
fair enough. You know what? Here's something. RSF1 Day coming back after a race ban from what happened in Abu Dhabi Tier 3 last season. Uh, him straightlining into the wall, not once but twice because his wheel disconnected. So he's back. He's chilling in that Sauber.
Indeed, Invade, known to have some bad luck in this league,
Yeah,
but he's in the Tier 2 Sauber. He said, I'm just running to hopefully put it in the points. That is a tall order when you're driving the green tractor.
absolutely.
But
Mm,
go get it done.
I'm just looking at it now. Look at how many people we have from Great Britain. There's a good chance we have a home winner today. We have Fusion. I mean, Fusion's probably in the only car that is capable of
That could
winning.
do it.
But you never know. You really never know. I've seen Haas's be up there. Alpines have been up there with SV before. You have Ryu in the V car, which is a decent car. The Aston Martin's not the worst car in the world for Jake Bandy. So you never know.
Josh 433 could potentially shock some people.
You never know.
Actually, both Saubers could. Josh 433,
We're due. We're due
his
for a
last
Sauber
win.
shock.
Yeah, we are. His last win came in Azerbaijan, if I'm not mistaken.
Azerbaijan. Yep. That you are. I believe it. Well, actually, did it? I remember Azerbaijan. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Saudi Arabia.
He might have won a time after
No, I'm
that.
thinking of Jeddah where he had a penalty and ended up getting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. Azerbaijan. That sounds about right. Anyways, we are getting started here. We're gonna have a grid of. It looks like it's gonna be 19 drivers.
Yep, F1 Union just joined in,
All right.
making it 19.
All right. 19 drivers. Almost a full grid here.
That is a good sign. And it is mostly cloudy skies.
It does look like rain could be a factor, possibly. I've seen this weather before.
Yeah.
This is exactly how it looked like before it started raining in our race.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I'm
Right.
trying to look.
There we go.
I'm trying to look. We're missing one of the Williams, it looks like.
Corey Marshall's teammate, not here, and in the lineup, it looks like that was supposed to be F1 Union, and he's in the V Carb.
Interesting. And it has Maxwell down as being the McLaren. He is here. Okay. Okay, Maxwell, I
Yep.
didn't think he was here because he was talking about getting an invite. He's already whatever. I'm so confused. Okay, we're getting qualifying started. Looks like the McLaren's gonna be the first out. That is gonna be it's either Maxwell or Fusion. It is Maxwell. Gonna be the first one.
Maxwell on the medium tire.
Oh.
He's pulling the strategy of our good friend Royce Crown.
Yes, sir. We got a Royce Crown. We got a Royce Crown.
Mentioned in
on
RPL.
RPL. Write it, watch it, drink it in. Actually, the McLaren, not the first one out. It's the Williams. That's going to be Corey Marshall.
I believe, is this his debut or has he done a start before?
He, I believe, ran last week at Bahrain. I don't remember where he finished, but I remember him racing. I can look real quick, though. Yes, he ran Bahrain last week and finished 14th.
Alright. So, Corey Marshall, his second start this season, and I believe in this league.
Definitely this season. I remember Ryan saying he returned, but I don't remember. Obviously, I haven't been in the league long enough to remember him, so... Other people on an outlap, Lero Fusion, both the McLarens out there, both the Saubers are out there, Lennon in the Haas, Maxwell SV, Night Owl, Tadpole, Ryu, most people going out for a quick outlap, maybe because rain could be on the way and they want to get an outlap in on the softs, possibly?
Yeah, might want to be the first one out there last to set the lap if rain is imminent. But, yeah, I think this is a good call for most of these guys. They're wanting to get the laps underway. Speaking of getting laps underway, SV starting his, and he locked up pretty big into turn one.
Turn one is such a turn one. Actually, the last turn, it's such a difficult spot because you have to take that flat out.
Indeed.
And actually, most of these turns you can take flat out, but if you just get it wrong in any way, you're going off the track, probably getting a warning, possibly getting a penalty. You see where Maxwell is right here. You have to take that flat out, and look how close you get to the grass coming out of that turn.
How about watching him go through cops in reverse? That looks absolutely sketchy.
Every part of this track is sketchy in reverse, but that's what makes it so much fun. Someone invade out of the session. Looks like he retired it in the pits. Oh, I forgot. He had a quali ban. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, well. I've said it before. Bye-bye invade. Is unlucky.
I forgot about that. Our first person coming across the line to set the benchmark is Maxwell on those medium tires. The McLaren driver comes across the final corner. Comes to the line. It's going to be a 129.6 for Maxwell. And Corey Marshall on 128.2. And SV at 127.6.
Track ramping up. Possibly Tadpole puts it second. Lennon 2/10 behind the Alpine of SV. Josh, what a lap for the Sauber.
Wow.
In second.
There you go.
27.7. These are laps that could fare with the rest of them.
You could tell how much more pace the mediums have. There you go.
Never mind, it ain't gonna fare.
Yeah, you could.
126.4.
26.4 for Fusion. You can tell how much more pace the softs have than the mediums. Maxwell is improving a lot, although he just went to the grass, so forget everything I just said.
Indeed. Mintoki going to be the next to set hers. Rounding the last couple quarters, 26.9. For somebody that does not like this track that much, second is not bad right now.
No, you take that. Bar 2 just split Night Owl and Mintopia, 127-1. Alan J going to second.
And AJ to second.
126 second. Reminder, he was supposed to be a Tier 3 driver this year. Last second got moved up to Tier 2 after seeing that his time trial times were just off the charts. And he's impressing right now, putting that Red Bull P2.
This is what I talked about multiple times with multiple RPL, GRL, and other league drivers. Wheel is prominent on this game. It is superior.
Absolutely.
If you're on a controller, you might want to invest everything out of your savings account or just borrow daddy's money and go purchase a wheel for yourself.
As
Beatnik to second.
As we have that going on, Beatnik to second, 126.6. So a little bit better than Alan J. Not quite up to Fusion. Reese Dainty with the exact same time as Beatnik.
Whoa!
26.603. Beatnik's going to take second as he did put that time in first.
It's a Spider-Man meme. They're pointing at each other.
I'm also now just realizing Maxwell probably on the mediums because I do remember him saying, like I said in the previous show, he practiced regular Great Britain and did not practice reverse, so maybe he just wants to get a few laps in. He keeps putting up better times, but he's going to have to put a soft round down soon if he wants to get up near the top. And I figured it out here. You do not want to be starting mid-pack or in the back at this track.
No, you do not. He improves another 0.4 to a 28.4, but still stuck behind the Haas of Tadpole down there in 14th. Rio Master not showing the pace that he would like. 29.0, sort of there in the last of the guys who have set a lap. Born in Shanghai, starting his lap. He's in the second sector. He's going to have the DRS, but he's been in hot lap and overtake this entire lap. Not something that I would really recommend. I'd recommend running in medium in those maybe low-speed corners. Save the battery to the end of the lap, but I guess Born in Shanghai can listen to his instincts.
Blonde puts a P7 with a 127.1, so he's up there with those big dogs in that Alpine. Very good lap.
Alpine 7.9 at the moment. This is kind of what you would expect out of that Alpine, but to jump Night Owl is a tall order, but he did it.
Absolutely. We have Shanghai coming to the line. He's going to be in the 127.9 right in front of his teammate Jake Gandy. F1 Union, the last one to set a lap.
F1 Union joined this lobby right as we were starting. But he's also running full hot lap as well.
Goes a little wide, but a good, nice cut in that corner.
On board with F1 Union, and he is actually purple in Sector 2. Could it be because he's using all of that deploy?
Possibly, but we're going to have to see how Sector 3 goes for him. His teammate right now is Remaster. He's put it 13th, so but he has already used all of his deploy. He has no deploy from his final straightaway. And that's
but he puts it 9.
He did put it 9, which is a decent run. But if he could maybe save a little more, I think he could definitely gain a couple tenths there.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's not really what you want to do with the deploy. You want to keep it save for that straightaway, of course. And Rio Master hits Aaron Maxwell G, and that's going to give him a 5-place grid penalty, which would promote him in 19th. So Invade's quali ban might just be beneficial in gaining him a spot.
There you go. Even with the quali ban, Invade can't qualify last.
No?
Look at some heavy hitters on outlaps right now. Beatnik, Alan J, Bar 2, Night Owl, all on outlaps. Lero Fusion just came out of the pits, going on a hot lap. Is there anyone that's on a lap right now? SV's coming to the line. Currently 3/10 up.
He is. And stays in that 9th position.
Stays 9th, but did improve.
47.4.
Did improve a decent
Yeah, he
amount.
did.
Looking for anyone else that might be on a lap. Josh, not improving. Lennon looks like he might be on a lap right now.
He is. He is on a lap, starting the Sector 1 stretch, going through the famous set of corners, Maggots and Beckett's in reverse. That is, wow.
Tell somebody about 2 years ago that we'd be going through Maggots and Beckett's in reverse.
Tell a Victorian era kid that we would be going to Silverstone reverse. They might just have a seizure.
Jesus Christ. Whilst Lennon finishes up that lap, other people we have on laps right now, Corey Marshall decided not to do that lap. Beatnik, Alan J, Bar 2, all on laps. Both the Red Bulls on laps right now. Lero Fusion just starting his lap. Mintoki's on an out lap.
Lennon improving by, it said 1/1000th at the sector split.
And
Will it be a 1/1000th?
by hundredths.
51/1000th. That's good.
All right. People improving. Beatnik is improving by 400ths. Alan J improving by 200ths. Bar 2 backed out of his lap, so he's going to go for another run. Fusion.
Indeed.
Fusion wrecks it.
Whoa!
Hits the wall.
And Spinner trying to get it refired, and he will.
He just hit that curve. Alan J puts it P2 as that happened. Beatnik is currently up 2/10. Beatnik could be on for a pole lap here.
He definitely could. 2.5 tenths. What I've seen out of Beatnik on this game is he is and could be the guy that you might want to watch out for.
There it is.
Underdog no more. Beatnik on top with 5 minutes to go.
And his teammate Mintoki going for a lap. Night Owl already on a lap. Mintoki just starting her lap.
Mintoki just over 1.5 tenths up.
Well,
He'll be looking for 4th or better.
Crazy how much of an improvement Beatnik has done this game, and just how much better he is in this game.
It is absolutely insane.
Oh, look at Beatnik giving a little bit of a toe to his teammate Mintoki.
Mercedes teammates working along.
Mintoki's on a very good lap here, and so is Night Owl.
Insane.
I'm really interested.
But Night Owl's slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, looks like Night Owl backed out of his lap, and Mintoki is full sprint, trying to get this lap done as fast as she can. She knows she's on a good lap right now.
Oh, 100%. But Night Owl gonna have to get out of the way of the South Korean. 2 tenths up in purple.
All she needs is a good final sector, and she could put that thing possibly P2 right behind her teammate.
That would be an ideal 1-2 for the Silver Arrows. But this last sector has to be perfect.
Deploying all that battery.
She is burning that battery.
Comes to the line, and she puts it P3 right behind Fusion.
Wow. What a lap there. Union up 2 tenths.
Someone who's on a lap that has not set an actual lap yet is Maxwell. All his laps have been on mediums so far. He's currently P18, the last of people that have actually set a lap. And
he was 1.6 seconds down on the sector split.
Looks like he's going in.
Wow.
Interesting.
Didn't feel that confident.
Looks like, do we have anyone on a lap? Union still up 2 tenths?
Union. Yep. Dropped off a little bit, though. maybe 200ths, but that's all the drop-off.
He barely has
him.
any deploy left. We're going to see if he finishes up this lap or maybe goes in to try and do another lap. So if he finishes this up.
Deploy's used again.
Oh my god, he sent it in there.
Whoa, FIA's going to have a look at that.
Yeah, I think he knew.
Of course we'll have a look.
I think he knew that he wasn't getting another lap, and if he finished that up, I think he knows he has more in that lap. I'd like this caution in Sector 3 to get off my screen so I could actually see how much time we have left in qualifying, please, game. There we go.
George has informed one of us that one of us has to leave the booth so Leonard can join.
Leonard can just go away. How about that?
Yeah, come on, dog.
Well, someone's gonna die in turn 1 anyway, so it's fine. I'll be back in a jiffy. I guarantee it.
So Polish off of the commentary booth. He'll have a bit of delay as he's looking at the Twitch screen.
And this is
We've done this before.
This is why we need people that race the tier to host it.
And now Jack Miles has joined the server.
Ryan,
there's Ryan.
Get out of the commentary booth.
Hey!
Hey Ryan, now that you're here, can you tell George to like have someone that is actually racing the tier to
Yeah,
host
that's
it?
what I'm gonna try to work on for next week because there's 2 of you guys and whatnot.
Yeah, it's okay. I've already
Difference
mentioned that someone's gonna die turn 1.
I know.
It's fine.
I think someone's gonna get a 10-second that pit lane. You saw what Union did.
Oh, I did. Yeah, we all saw it.
Did you do it yesterday?
No, yeah, that was not on purpose.
No, I'll figure it out with George, I'm sure. Luckily with tier 1 it won't happen just because Jack, who's coordinator, hosts and whatnot and races. Whereas George's coordinator here, he doesn't race, so yeah.
Indeed, Aruno.
Any predictions for pole in our first tier 2 reserve race? Reverse race?
Give me Beatnik.
Probably Beatnik. I would say Beatnik too, honestly.
I'm not going to put in a prediction for pole, but I'm going to say, considering Fusion wasn't here round 1, it's impressive what he's doing. AJ's trying to do a little comeback after what happened in Bahrain lagging out. So if they got pole, that'd be a good story, regardless the Merc boys and gals.
True.
Oh yeah, definitely. Beatnik on his outlap, Fusion on a hot lap, and he is up 38 thousandths. And he might just have a little bit of a toe from his McLaren teammate of Maxwell.
Maxwell needs a lap so badly, man.
Yeah, he definitely does. 18th place for him, and yeah, he did the crown strat of going out of mediums first, but
well, I'm concerned that his practice of doing this track forward on accident has kind of really screwed him.
Well, maybe, you know, read the track before you click ready, because in parentheses, there is a letter in the alphabet. It might be the letter R.
Boys, checker flags out here. We're going to get some laps in.
Oh my goodness. Phoenix up 70 thousandths, but Fusion's up that much.
That much.
26-2. Babinic up 87 thousandths. Would definitely flip this thing around and put him back to the top if he can hold it steady.
Maxwell went 6th, now it's 7th. Since everyone's starting to get all situated.
Starting to pile in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, Maxwell gave Fusion some dirty air, so that might be the difference if Beatnik does get it.
Beatnik on top.
Currently,
225.
Toki's going to come across the line here now.
And Toki stays 4th. And Reese will back off of it.
There you go.
That's it.
Back-to-back for
Beanick on
Beanick.
pole.
Back-to-back.
Wow.
Remember, before last week in Bahrain, he has not had an F1 car-related pole since only in the Alpine in F1, and that was just only in F1 cars. He was an F2 pole merchant in the past. Now it's back-to-back, one in the McLaren, one in the Mercedes. I mean, good for him.
Indeed. Beatnik on top, the man from Las Vegas. Coming into Europe and smashing it.
Doing what Logan Sargent couldn't and actually do something with his career.
Indeed. Logan Sargent, remember that Michelob Ultra where he was racing all the legends? Couldn't even beat a legend. in a modern F1 car.
I want to give a shout out to both Alpines and the Sauber. Josh stuck at 10th. Both Alpines stuck at 9th and 11th.
Whoa.
He said, whoa.
But anyways, Beatnik on top. Fusion and Reese Dainty rounding out the top three. Mintoki, AJ, Bartu, Kutikalayan, Night Owl, Aaron, Maxwell G, Blonde, and Josh round out your top 10. SV, Union, Lennon, Tadpole, Corey Marshall, Rio Master, Shanghai. I couldn't get the rest of them because time ran out.
That is quite a last name for Bartu, I must say. I'm amazed
Kutikalayan.
you could pronounce it, because I probably couldn't.
Bartu Bumbaclot.
Whoa! Bumbaclot.
Bumbaclot.
We've only had one Turkish podium sitter too, by the way. I was Maestro back in Portugal a few seasons ago.
Midfield Maestro?
Midfield Maestro.
Midfield Maestro.
Forgot about that guy. Where is that guy?
He returned to Ferrari Academy.
Oh.
Wow.
He'll be back one of these races, one of these times. So I noticed yesterday with the wet weather that we couldn't really tell what the strat would be, but it is definitely touch and go whether it's 1 or a 2.
Well, good thing for this Tier 2 race, we have blue skies.
We like that.
Mm-hmm.
Blue skies and a lot of blue guys, because there's a lot of blue cars out there.
What I'm noticing from the track workers on the right side of my screen, it might just be chilly out there.
Very
They're wearing jackets.
Very descriptive. I wonder why. They're not fucking marshals, I guess. No, in all fairness, it's either going to be a 2 or 1. I think you could probably do medium hard. Might get away with it. I don't know. You better be good on tire wear, though.
Oh, indeed. Oh, I would know that.
Me too. Sadly.
In regular Silverstone around here, stretch the tires to when they went 99% on my hard tires.
The price
got the fastest lap, but I am too.
You pitted right before you would have.
I timed it right.
All right. George is saying to ready up. We're about to get started.
So, can Beatnik cover pole here or not? Is anyone going to challenge him at turn 1? How cautious this driver is going to take turn 1? I mean, we saw a few collisions on lap 1 there and a lot of messiness. We also saw some messiness later on at turn 1.
5 red lights going on here at Silverstone Reverse. And it's time to bring the action in the reverse style of Silverstone. Beatnik covers off Reese Dainty. But Reese might just dive it in there. Beatnik covers it off again. Mintoki ahead of Night Owls. They're all just squirming for position. Rio Master gets invade. Night Owl gets Maxwell.
Tadpole and Josh lost a lot of places in that first sector.
Dainty beating and banging with Beatnik. Through Maggots and Beckett's.
Looks like we had
Dainty pulls out the lead.
Looks like we had a spinner coming on to the back of the pack. That was SV.
SV.
Lost a lot of spots.
He was trying to go inside of somebody and it messed him up on corner exit. Was that traction? Was it not? We'll find out later.
A lot of these drivers going in the grass all the way out on the right side of the track.
That dirty air is so bad there.
It definitely is. Reese Dainty, half a second ahead.
R2's lost out majorly too. R2 spun where Devin did yesterday.
LS losing a crap ton of positions.
He gained a lot in lap 1 as well after being 19th from a grid pan, I believe.
And now he's back down to 19th.
It wasn't a grid pan, sorry. It was the RB of the grid pan.
SV gets his former Tier 3 teammate Invade for 15th. Reese Dainty fastest lap as he leads lap 1 and has a comfortable gap of 9/10. Corey Marshall pitting for damage, as well as F1 Union. And yeah, as we pointed it out, there's a 10-second penalty for speeding, and he's out
Reese
on lap 1.
and Beatnik did a social race
Tell him
here.
to lead the section. Tell him to lead the section.
Wait!
Somebody tell him to lead the
Lead
goddamn
right
section.
Well,
It was
you
recent.
might just get 2 leaving, Polish.
Oh,
Bartu's
Bartu's
out.
retired as well. Two
This is the
Red
disaster
Bull
for Red
Academy
Bull.
drivers. Yeah, no good. No good
They're
for
relying on
Brian.
AJ to
Red
score
Bull-
the points now, and they didn't even score in round 1.
No, they did not. F1 Union has left the session. Polish,
Yes!
go!
Get me in there!
Go!
I told you someone was going to retire lap 1. I am a goddamn wizard.
Remember, recent Beatnik
you
as
did
well as
right.
Toki did the social race here a few weeks ago, so they have a lot of stuff under their belt from this circuit.
Indeed. Dainty out in front, 7/10 of a second over Joseph Beatnik. Bartu has left the session, so Ryan could even join in here.
Ryan, get in here.
Maybe I will, I don't know.
What do you mean maybe? You're freaking
What do you mean maybe? You're on
You
comms.
infiltrated the comms
Guess
booth.
so. Yeah, I just invaded my way in here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I ran my way in here.
speaking of invade, he's down in 15th.
Maybe I summoned him.
What?
Tier 2 return.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta quit.
So that's why he had the quality ban.
Yeah, he had to serve that qualifying ban from what happened in Abu Dhabi last season. Oh, yeah.
Reese, a second ahead. He's going to break Beatnik out of that DRS.
That's going to be huge.
AJ hunting down Fusion. Because they're all just in a big train.
In
It's
what
gonna be-
world?
You were saying.
In what world is a Mercedes faster than a Ferrari straight line? That's kind of wacky.
Listen, if you lived on Tatooine, that might just happen.
Well,
but
I know that's what Beatnik and Toki were feeling last week in Bahrain. Like, how the hell does Night Owl have that much straight line speed? We couldn't get him. So maybe they found out something. I don't know.
Possibly. I'm not sure. Oh, Josh goes for a spin. What a freaking
Whoa.
save. Holy crap.
Didn't catch that on camera. I was trying to flip to it, but you know, what a save from Josh. Ryan has joined the lobby. So we have 3 commentators in the commentary booth. It's like Adam Alexander, Steve Letarte, and Dale Jr.
Nobody's American. They don't know what you're talking about. This is the British League.
Exactly. So,
They don't have to know what we're
What's it-
talking about, though.
Fair enough. Anyways,
let's put it into F1 perspective. Crofty,
No, just the old
Rosberg and
BBC
Bumble.
booth. Just the old BBC booth.
there you go.
BBC.
Yeah, BBC. Don't get your head on the gutter.
Anyways,
Whoa.
we have a DRS train going back from to Mintoki in 5th. Night Owl just outside of that DRS range. He's got Maxwell behind him.
Beatnik sort of reeling in Reese Dainty.
See,
0.6 of a second there.
if Beatnik and Reese have got fast this game, which clearly they both have, Beatnik and Reese have made the biggest forward jump, then I gotta assume Fusion has too. Because Fusion being in 3rd right now, yeah, I know it's the fastest car, but not having raced round 1, kind of not knowing what his speed is like, good to see this. Very good to see this.
Oh, it definitely
Absolutely.
is.
Track position is going to be so crucial in this race, and we know that from you said it, Johnny. Drivers running off at that one corner, cops backwards.
Yeah. SV and Josh going at it. Side by side, SV gets clear of the Sauber and into 13th. He'll hunt down Tadpole.
Yesterday's net winner. He might lose in the storage room. What a frickin' bum he is. Just don't cross the white line.
Whoa.
Just don't cross the white line, SV.
LS getting by Invade.
Looking Looking at people that did the alternate tire strategy, RSF1 Invade, LS, Ryu, SB, Lennon, Night Owl, all on the hard tire. Night Owl especially is one to look out for. Sitting in 6th right now, chilling on that hard contact tire. That's going to come into its own here in a few laps because the mediums do not last long.
I didn't know how to pronounce
No,
that.
they
I
do
just called
not.
it Master last week, so I don't know. I guess you got it for me.
I'm saying Ryu Master.
That's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah, I think of the fighter game character Ryu, that guy.
That's fair.
The guy in
Yeah.
Smash Bros.
I think with this scenario right now, with the different trains we have, I'm not going to call it DRS trains, but I'll call it Dirty Air trains instead. I think the battery is going to be so crucial just because you have the one DRS end where you usually have it in the old Sector 3, beginning of Sector 1 now, and then they switched it to where the old start finish rate is, going backwards. So this is going to be so crucial, saving the battery right now. I mean, Reese is 16, Beatnik is 30. I mean, AJ up here is 50, Mintoki 60 now. So yeah, Maxwell's going for a move around the outside.
Maxwell and Night Owl side by side.
Pinching.
A little touch, little contact.
No!
And around he goes. Save.
Good save. He should have won
save.
around right there.
Absolutely.
He definitely should have.
He's going to lose a lot of spots, though.
And Lennon saying,
Indeed,
come on,
the
why couldn't you have
Swede.
lost a little bit more time? I could have, gained a place. Lennon had a good race in Bahrain last week.
Indeed, but he's got two Aston Martins hunting his back.
Yeah, Len's still on for a good race, though. P9, sitting on the hard tires.
Shanghai too, we haven't seen him race in a while. Tier 3 was the last time in the opening season. Didn't have a great period there in the Mercedes. A little career revival here, you could say.
Oh, indeed. And speaking about Lennon, he didn't think he was going to race. Got held up at work because the computer systems would not turn off. So he had to call customer service. They turned it off for him, and he is here in P9.
Well, hopefully his car doesn't turn off because he's having a good run right now.
Yeah, man.
Indeed.
Take a look at people that have made some big moves in this race. Both the Aston Martins up 6 spots. Great race for Aston Martin so far. Remaster up 5.
See, the thing for me that I wonder, though, Polish and Faded, last week Night Owl did the same strategy in Bahrain and won with it. But he got help with a safety car. Would he have won? Maybe or not. Who knows? That's for Invade, by the way. But would he have still won? I don't know. But the difference between now and Bahrain is that he is 5 seconds away from the front runners. He was in the front runner battle at the very start of last week around this time as the race started to go on. So I don't know what this revert strategy is going to be like, but it depends on who does a 2, who does a 1, and who takes advantage of their opportunities. I don't know if Night Owl has taken advantage of his own, but we're going to find out, and I'd want to see what you guys think. Is he in a good spot regardless of this tire difference, or is he not? Because last week he was closer up.
Well, no, he could definitely be in a running if he does do a one-stop strategy. He could flip this whole thing around and maybe steal it at the end. But if you were on a 2-stop strategy, it could, just knock Night Owl off his perch a little bit, and he might just finish where he is right now.
Well, I think if there's a 2-stop, though, it could help him even more from others. I'm saying a 2-stop from others, 1-stop from him, because this pit lane is so long. Why would you risk pitting again and losing? It's 30 seconds virtually compared to about 20 at most other circuits.
I don't know. I think he's in an okay spot. He just has to stop losing so much time. He just lost another 7/10 there.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Maxwell off.
Whoa! Way on the grass. Doing a little bit of lawn trimming.
Yeah, you may as well turn that car green.
I feel.
As Jason Aldean says. You can take a ride in my big green track.
Oh, look at the Alpine going in on Night Owl. He got real close there to the back bumper.
Blonde and Night Owl.
Blonde always seems to outperform whatever car he's in.
Yeah, indeed.
He's the 6th champion of this tier. Way longer.
Didn't he outperform a lower-end Ferrari car?
A while ago. But he's got 2 Tier 1 podiums to his name for a reason. And I'm just wondering now, looking at this train with the gaps up front, Beatnik's closed in on Reese and Mintoki's closed in on AJ. Is there going to be a move anytime soon? Fusion's got close to Beatnik as well. There is some pressure getting to these guys. And remember, Beatnik, Fusion, Mintoki, all a part of the same academy this season.
Indeed, McLaren merging with the Mercedes Academy. But at this rate, there is no helping.
6
They are all
seconds now,
fighting.
though. 6 seconds, 6.3.
Yeah, the top 5 are in a league of their own right now.
6.3.
That's what I'm saying. These guys, whether it's for the sake of their car or the drivers themselves, they're doing a hell of a job. More
Indeed,
confusion.
1.5 seconds separating the top 5.
Maxwell again.
As Beatnik into the grass.
Both McLarens did it.
He must love it over there.
That's why
He must love it over there.
There's something I actually do want to talk about, and it feels wrong because I'm part of the problem. But
okay.
McLaren has not really impressed, I don't think.
Well, Tier 1 they have, that's about it.
Besides Tier 1. Tier 2, you know, you look at Fusion, he's doing decent, but you look at someone like Maxwell sitting 8th right now, had a few problems, and then obviously I haven't really had a great... Yeah, shut up, no one asked you.
Okay.
But even Tim Bed in Tier 3 haven't been in a great spot. Like the Mercedes, I feel like, have been outperforming the McLarens almost on a weekly basis.
Well, from what I've heard and what others have said, even Cookie said, the McLaren is a lot more comfortable car. Then you get to the other cars, and they're not as comfortable the way they feel, and you cannot tell the difference with the other 9 cars compared to the McLaren. I'll give Tim Bed some credit, though. He did a lot better in Britain. He had a lot better pace. He was up front, whereas in Bahrain, he was nowhere to be found. So, you know, I'll give him credit there. And even last week, Beatnik did well with the McLaren. And when Mintoki was in the McLaren, I think it was Mercedes actually last week she was in. But she practiced McLaren, and she said, I'm basically doing the same times as I would in the Merc. So is the Merc easier for some to outperform? I'm not sure, but what I do know is that the Red Bull...
Mintoki's going to make a move here. Mintoki's going to make a move here.
Here we go.
Indeed, on AJ. Contact made? No, they keep it clean. Still side by side.
These guys
got to
be careful. They don't want to get out of that DRS range of Fusion.
No, they do not. But Mintoki sticks behind AJ. Maybe. No.
Burning all that battery. AJ's got on medium. And yeah, place contested.
Indeed, P4 to Mintoki.
I was just going to say about that Red Bull. That Red Bull I've heard is a lot harder to drive. You need the right driver in it, honestly. And you know what? AJ's not doing a terrible job for the circumstances to him either. Oh!
There you go, first to the takers.
Oh.
Look at how slow he entered that pit lane. You know going downhill, you have to scrub up a lot of speed. You can't even brake just 100 meters early. It's 200 meters at least.
200 meters plus, not a 50 mile per hour pit board marker. It is 37 miles an hour.
And Maxwell got blonde.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not an ideal speed.
I mean, it's like that going forward too, but the difference is when you go forward in the pit lane, it's a flat pit lane. Here you're going downhill. And with what you said as well, Polish, Mintoki is now outside of DRS range of her teammate.
Can he rile it back, or does he know AJ is going to be faster and might have to let him go?
I'm now
interested.
I'm interested to see this undercut that Fusion might get.
Let's see the gap right now to the leader, 29 seconds. So that means, with all things considered, it's probably a 28-second pit loss, I'm gonna guess. But 29.3 is that gap. We'll see where it is once it all cycles out. And who joins him?
Yeah.
Indeed. Could be his teammate, Maxwell. Try to do an undercut, maybe.
Oh, there goes Reese.
Maybe
there goes
Mercedes
Beatnik.
Guys.
Mintoki gonna stay out. So is Alan J.
Gotta keep up the right lines.
All right.
A lot of guys had trouble doing that yesterday. It's a different pit lane.
It is. As you said it right, downhill.
So
Have
tricky.
to brake hard.
So tricky.
Oh.
Yeah, have to be focused.
Another taker, Jake Bandy.
He had a terrible round one.
Bandy,
there you go.
Tadpole.
There you go.
We knew it was gonna happen.
Now, where is Fusion going to cycle out? Reese and Beatnik coming out of the pit lane, making that left-hand turn. Fusion's coming around the old final corner now. It's going to be a drag race out of this pit lane, but I think this is going to be Reese's game. Is it, though? Look at Fusion. No. Fusion's got it.
Oh, my. Fusion.
Great strategy call.
Wow.
Wow.
Undercut.
Holy hell.
And those hards are going to be nice and warm for Fusion, whereas Reese is going to be on those icy cold hards and Beatnik.
And this feels like
Fusion
for a
effectively
while.
the net race leader.
Yeah, well, this feels like for a while. This is the first time Reese is in dirty air.
Yeah.
I mean, Reese
is going to have to fight it.
Now my question becomes, can Jake also do the same thing Fusion did? Because the people he was around didn't pit yet either. Jake Bandy had a terrible Bahrain. Can he recover this one?
Oh, well, he definitely could.
Mintoki, AJ, they both have to pit now with this circumstance. If you get that big of an undercut, you have to go in, and they are.
Yep, both of them go in. We're going to see Night Owl's on the hards. He's going to stay out for a little bit longer. Maxwell is going to stay out on those mediums. So is Blonde.
Master spun, guys.
Indeed.
Right in front of our net leaders, too. And Mintoki was lucky to get it low down. She rear locked it going into the pit lane.
Master had a hard time getting it refired as well. He was, max RPM, and with this traction, you don't want to do that.
Will LS help Mintoki here? LS a part of the Mercedes/McLaren Academy, but so is Fusion. If you let Fusion go here and then hold up Reese, you're in a better spot. Reese is all over Fusion.
Yeah, this is not great.
Yeah, he definitely is. This could help Reese Dainty. LS has to know the situation that's going on, and he might not.
LS he's got to let Fusion go here and try and keep Reese behind him.
He has to, but he's blocking.
Is he blocking? And Reese goes by,
too.
and he's gonna block his teammate Beatnik here.
LS not letting Fusion by to defend Reese Dainty is a
Beatnik goes around. This is gonna be sketchy.
What a move.
Go. Yeah, Beatnik needed to do that. If he didn't,
if I was Mercedes Academy, I would give LS a talking to.
Well, Reese, it's gonna go to the inside. Dive bomb.
Oh my God.
Because things like that could happen in an instant.
What a send.
Reese to 7th.
What a send, honestly. That was calculated.
Brilliant.
That was perfect. You cannot ask
Reese,
for any better placement of the car.
No. You cannot, but Reese in full command right now, is born in Shanghai. Dives in.
Only 2 medium drivers in that top 10 still yet to pit, Blonde and Maxwell. That basically confirms their one-stop plan. I mean, we saw in Bahrain it was better anyway, too, so, why risk it? And now Fusion keeps getting caught out by this dirty air, making a few mistakes.
Cookie, expressing his frustration, saying there's no excuse for the McLarens being not top 4 minimum.
Well,
changes will have to be made.
He's right. I mean, with Maxwell, this is basically going from Tier 1 to Tier 2 and seeing the difference there. Maxwell gets a pen.
Lennon! Nope. And Maxwell a penalty, but Lennon is spun.
Oh, AJ's trying to go around the outside of LS and gets caught off.
LS doing some skeptical things.
But he is...
In terms of racecraft.
He is repaying the favor this time.
This is going to be sketchy right here. Oh, good send by Allen. Goodness. Holy crap. That was insane.
Through cops.
That could have been real sketchy.
You already think it's tricky going side by side there forward. How about try backwards? Fusion's all over Reese Dainty as well. The thing with LS right there, he did at least let Mintoki go and then battled AJ. So you know what? But I think he did understand that situation though.
I know, but you gotta wonder, like, why were you trying to block Fusion on the straightaway?
Well, if you think about the situation, if you get more defensive, you hurt Reese, you hurt Fusion's chance to hold on to Reese right there. You could at least kind of compromise Reese into the next section, and the Maggots Beckett's going backwards, which becomes Beckett's Maggots. Blonde's in.
Blonde finally decides to go in.
Brilliant combination, Ryan.
Yeah, well, it's true.
It is.
I wonder when Night Owl's going to come in here. He has to... I don't know. Probably around maybe 18, I would have to imagine.
And Fade is in.
18? Well, I'm checking the tires for any sign of grading. Wow.
There we go. That's our second speeder of today.
In all fairness to Cookie, though, at least in Tier 1, when people were talking about Cryptic was at least top 4. Right here, Maxwell's not going to be top 4 regardless of the safety car at this point. 3 seconds going to hamper him.
And
But if I was Night Owl, this could benefit
Mitoki gonna get
Yeah,
by
Reese a little
Lennon
bit.
here.
Oh, don't lose it on the curb. Both Papas did that yesterday.
Oh,
That was close.
what a send
I know.
for
But
Mintoki.
look at how far
So-
behind
get-
she is from her teammate. 2.5
Guys,
seconds.
What does
2.6.
SB do here for Reese and Fusion here? Look at this. Again, just like Bahrain, SB blocking it off.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, my
SB
goodness.
sending it, resending it on the inside.
Reese saw the dummy.
Oh, he
Reese
spotted it,
did.
took out.
Whoa!
Whoa. That was sketchy.
That all happened because Reese saw the dummy from SB and he took it into his own hands.
SB has to be furious behind the cockpit
Well, you gotta
of
remember,
that LP.
SB's got to be
SB's going
furious.
to
What about
Ferrari next-
Fusion?
well, SB's going to Ferrari next
Well-
season in Tier 3. You know, don't piss off Embiid.
Yeah, that's. Ugh.
Well, I think he's had enough. I don't think he's coming over here.
AJ's gonna go around the outside of Lennon and so reverse. Oh, my
whoa,
goodness,
whoa,
another
whoa.
one. He's going off. Oh my goodness.
AJ 2 for 2. Call him Stephen Curry from the 3.
He got some bold moves. There's
Yeah,
no
he
reason
does.
why
He
he's in
does.
Red Bull not on Tier 3 any longer, right? Right?
Wild repertoire.
I just want to go back to SB. Obviously, he lost it. There was nothing he could do about that. But he is so
he got
lucky.
away with it.
He's
got away
so
with it.
lucky he hit Fusion in the side pod and God forbid not in the tire or in the wing or. Oh, that could have been an
Hopefully
absolute
Fusion don't even-
disaster for Mercedes
Hopefully Fusion don't
Academy.
even have side pod damage though either. You gotta remember that as a pop.
It looks like he's
Oh, yeah?
okay. He's staying up. He's staying up with Reese pretty well here, so I think he's okay. But that was still sketchy.
I'm not seeing any signs of damage.
Well, I mean, Fusion's got better batteries too. And when that happened,
Yeah,
Reese
that's true.
lost the rears, so it's like Reese had a tough time too.
I just want to mention
Reese lost
something.
the rears. Lost time.
I just want to mention. Oh, here we go. Fusion looked like he might have thought for a move on.
He's gonna try the second turn. Watch
Oh.
this. Is he too
Yeah.
far back? Dirty air just screws it off right there. What was it, Polish?
And it brings Beatnik into
I was
play.
actually going to mention Maxwell's still out on track, still out on the mediums.
I'm impressed.
16 laps in. That's good tire management right there. And he's actually
Maybe that's why he
catching
hasn't
Night Owl.
faced. Yeah. Night Owl seeing all
goodness.
the stuff happen behind him, probably listening to the stream, saying, "Please do the same thing as Bahrain. Cause a safety car for me, please." He would be in a
Come
great
on.
spot. But I mean, that screwed over Reese a little bit too, though. However, if we're looking at the 29-second margin that Maxwell and Night Owl have and had compared to what Fusion had with Reese when he pitted, it's really. I'm taking Lennon out of the equation. They all come out behind Blonde, so it'd be P9, P8ish, wherever they come out. So it's not looking any better unless they get a safety car, like we're saying.
Also, don't look now. See a South Korean making moves. Getting up there.
Indeed.
She's getting close.
1.7 behind Beatnik.
She's just waiting
on
for
a
the.
lap fresher hard.
I think she's just waiting for the right time to turn it on and get ready.
Oh!
Indeed. Not,
SB gets a 3 seconds.
Night Owl in.
Night Owl.
Night Owl finally in. Maxwell staying out on the mediums. That is
There's no way he
17.
goes soft. There's no way.
I swear if he does.
That'd be funny.
Reese Dainty puts in the fastest lap of the race.
Ha ha ha.
Only 1.5 away from Beatnik right there. Yeah, you're not wrong. Any
mean,
little mistake
Indeed.
can make the difference.
I mean, I guess if you're Maxwell, you know, you were 8th by the time the pit road cycle came in. You really don't have much to lose. Why not try something a little wacky? Put softs on. You never know.
I guess so, but if there's a safety car now, he's just gotta hope for everyone to get 3 seconds
I
here.
didn't really think. Alan
No,
J is
not
left
again.
the
AJ is left.
session.
Just like Bahrain!
And it looks
And it's
like
hindered AJ.
and it looks like we could possibly have no point scores for Red Bull unless Alan J gets back in the session.
That just stings the guts of AJ. He was running at 6.
Helps Mintoki though, I'll tell you that. I mean, helps Blonde as well, but yeah, I
It definitely does.
I feel bad for him. It's not the first time. We saw Bahrain last week with the unluckiness there. Hell, I was playing Rocket League with him yesterday, and he had some connection issues before we got going, so this is just never ending for the guy. I feel so bad for him too, because you know what? That car is already hard to drive. Why make the situation worse?
Maxwell's finally going in. Oh, he
16
might
laps on the
speed.
mediums.
Oh, wow.
Got it.
Wow.
Now,
Let's see what he puts on here.
yeah, I'm wondering the same
If
thing.
it stops.
You cannot make sauce last 8
What?
laps, I don't think.
Well, he's gonna try. I'm
But
gonna
those
guess.
are red.
He's gonna try
Those are
it.
red. Yep. Soft tires for Maxwell.
Wow.
And it looks like he's gonna come out ahead of Blonde, maybe, in Night Owl?
No, not blonde.
One racing this.
Night Owl,
Not
possibly.
Yeah, with how slow the
Maybe.
pit
Night
lane
Owl.
is now.
Night Owl, I think, is gonna come. Yeah.
No.
Pit lane's just too
But
long.
see, even if he gets blonde and Night Owl based on pace, you still have a 3-second buffer you need to pull, though.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta give a lot of credit to Fusion, though. I mean, he didn't start the race this way, you know, being this close to Reese and Beatnik. But Reese and Beatnik, they've leapfrogged their way so far to where you could say they're almost ready to go back to Tier 1 when the time is ready. And they used to be Tier 1 drivers, one of them being a Tier 1 champion, the other being a 2-time Tier 1 race winner, multi-time podium sitter. And for Fusion, he only made one Tier 1 star and got points on his debut after spinning on lap 1 at Brazil. And that's his best track, and that was last game. But for Fusion, he's not won a Tier 2 race. Remember, Brazil Tier 2 is there's a thick lockup right there.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
He lost the race because the 10-second was speeding, so Fusion is still looking for that first career Tier 2 win. The
Absolutely.
Tier 3 champion from a few seasons ago.
And this is the closest he's
Josh
been.
Fitzjake.
This is the closest he's been to Reese in a while. This is going to be his chance right here. If he can get a good Sector 1 here.
And he's got better battery, too. He's really put the pressure on Reese regardless. So
He's going to have
even
a
if he
chance here.
Even if he comes out of today
Oh, yeah.
without a win, he's still done a really good job pressurizing this Tier 1 and Tier 2 champion of Reese.
But look, Reese just gets so much of a better exit off of that corner than Lear Fusion does.
But Reese's burned
Indeed,
battery
still half a
still
second.
through there to just stay ahead. Look at, he's on 30%, and Fusion's almost above 70. Now he's above 70, so he's forcing Reese to
Double
deflate the battery. So if he's going to get Reese, he's going to catch him out based on the battery. And it's going to be based on a mistake, too. Night Owl gets blonde.
Indeed. For 6th.
Fusion-
And Night Owl can chase after these guys.
Fusion's using the battery now. I don't see why. I mean, you're not going to get him into here. You have a DRS zone. The thing is, I understand his approach, though. You want to get Reese and put him uncomfortable in this dirty air. You're not going to get many opportunities, but why waste the battery now? You've got to wait a little bit. Even though you don't want to,
You definitely
still
do.
have to. Just because
Yeah.
if there's a mistake, if you have no battery to beat him on, then you're ultimately screwed in this situation, and it opens up for Beatnik, too.
Definitely
Absolutely.
does. Reese still in command.
And-
Ahead by 4 seconds.
And Reese is almost back to
4:10,
being equal on that
sorry.
battery as well.
Oh, caution.
Caution SB.
again.
Can't tell if there's damage. There is. There is on both end plates now. He's
Oh, boy.
in the gravel.
Oh, we have a Haas that's off
Tadpole.
too. Tadpole.
It
Don't
looked like he did hit the wall a little bit.
want to see a safety car interfere with this race based on how it's going. And
No, you
Maxwell,
don't.
there you go, fastest
There you
lap.
go. At least he gets the fastest lap
Smashed
out
it.
of it. You know, honestly, I like the soft call. Get the fastest lap, take it away from Ferrari. I think it's a good call.
Indeed. Help your constructors.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, there is
Absolutely.
no point
There's
anymore.
no point for it, but I mean, he'll still be on the graphic for it.
Oh, indeed.
I mean, Fusion's now back to being 2 times more battery, so he's still putting pressure on Reese, but
As he gets
is
by
it really
one.
what you want yet?
Yeah.
Reese is just having to use so
Half a
much.
second humming.
So is Beatnik. So you know, Fusion, he's playing his cards well, but you better figure out when and how you're going to make this overtake. A first career
Catbird
win is on the
seat
line.
for him.
I just want to mention,
Oh, yeah.
Mintoki has been sitting in this 1.8 to 1.9 second range. Is she out of this yet? I don't think so, because they're going to start battling him
She's
soon.
not,
Maxwell's going to go around the outside
but
of
she
Night
isn't
Owl.
gaining.
Contact.
Whoa.
More contact.
Oh.
Maxwell's shoving his way through.
Whoa, ho, ho.
Night Owl's going to go back through.
Maxwell to 6. Night Owl
Night Owl's got the battery advantage by a
looking for the
lot.
move again.
Look at that crossover!
Woo!
Maxwell picks
This
the
is
time.
Woo,
scintillating.
baby. Gets
Yeah.
it through.
It allows Blonde to see it all happen.
But Maxwell
Night
has to...
Owl didn't go down the inside there. We saw what happened yesterday with I'll keep my mouth shut.
Maxwell has to get
We
that
don't go
3-second
further.
gap, and I don't necessarily see him being able to do it with how quick those stops are going to run out.
No.
I think Maxwell at this point, though, with how late he's gone for the stops, he'll get away with a puncture, but I don't know. It's so touch and go, honestly.
Indeed. Fusion's almost double the battery again.
Fusion's going to have a chance here.
Indeed.
Take a look.
This
He's
might be
going
it.
for it.
Down the
He's
gap.
This might be
going for
it.
right now. Around the outside.
Switches it. No.
Keep it
Better
there.
hold it.
He won't.
Thing is,
But he's going to stick on his rear gearbox.
Reese had 10% better battery there than he did last time in Cops going backwards. So let's see what it's going to be like here if Reese is forced to use anything. Is Fusion going to go for it?
He's going to dive.
Look at it. Oh.
Gonna go for
Spun the tires a little bit
there with Blonde, I'll tell you that, because there's a 3-second automatically, no warnings based on that one, just a straight 3-second. He lost
Fusion's
2 places.
juicing it. He
but
wants
for a
this.
lead,
He wants this
he
now.
He really does.
He does.
The dirty air
Reese
there.
covers him
The
off.
dirty air there.
Commanding driving from both men.
You can't overtake in a turn 1 regardless unless the leader makes a mistake. You can't. The dirty air hampers the guy in 2nd or 3rd so badly.
Absolutely.
Rio Master with a 3-second
And
penalty.
Reese is back up to a 5/10 gap.
Yeah. Once again, that's going to haunt Fusion. That's the number that's haunted him. Invade, that's 3 seconds going to haunt him.
Well, talking about Invade's teammate, this could be Saber's first points across all tiers. I mean, all tiers, all teams would have scored points if Josh can finish the deal and hold off Jake Bandy. Shanghai in the points too.
Former Azerbaijan Grand Prix winner.
Fusion, Fusion has a better chance here. He's about where he was last
Reese is
time.
below 10. Reese is below 10. Here we go.
So is Fusion.
They're both below 10.
Fusion was at 8.
You gotta keep making Reese drive
contact.
defensive. Ooh. If you keep making Reese drive defensive, it's gonna be a mistake eventually, or something that opens up. We got some lap cars coming up here, guys. This is gonna hamper Fusion
Slow
if
car.
Reese gets DRS.
Slow car going to be in the way. Jake Bandy, a 3-second time penalty. This might not be over, folks. It ain't over in the slightest. 3 cars tucked in a blanket on a Tuesday, or on a Friday afternoon. I was going to say like a June bug on a Tuesday night.
Well, the June bug on a Friday night, and we better have
Take a
Friday
look.
fireworks after this.
Mitoki's the closest she's been all race since the pit stop. 1.5 seconds, 1.4 now. She's going to be there as long as she doesn't make any mistakes.
And she's got
Be there,
basically
be
the
square.
same amount of batteries Fusion's had, so this is good for her. And Phoenix, again, basically, if you look at the Charlotte Roval from 2018, he's in the Ryan Blaney situation, waiting for a crash, waiting for something to happen. Phoenix is waiting for it to open up. He's like, please, I know it's my academy teammate, but come on, please let me have this.
Indeed.
He would love
The
it.
gap was just even wider. It was 7 tenths. So Fusion might not have it this lap.
I know I
Yeah.
got Blonde a little bit ago, but I mean, our focus is on the top 3, and you can see why.
Oh, yeah?
He's not gonna dump it. He knows he's not gonna get there.
No.
But he
He's got to
still
save it.
forced Reese below 25% and allowed Reese to use more battery than him. So you could see here, again, if there's a mistake, Fusion can just dump it all and maybe get Reese. Reese is dumping it.
Yeah, Reese is dumping
Indeed,
it, trying to stay ahead right now.
Fusion in hot lap.
Yeah, but he's still 2 times more the battery than Reese right now. Reese goes in a none here.
Indeed.
And he's going to catch the lap cars, but I don't think he's going to have him by the last lap. Look at Tadpole and SV, by the way, guys. They're going side by side here to Abbey corner reverse.
Oh!
Holy vey.
Max on the 7th.
Reese is going to get
That's
DRS on lap
bold.
25, I think, at the latest. He's not going to have it last lap if this is the scenario we're looking at here.
Yeah.
No.
These two are
Tadpole.
fighting right now. They're not gonna.
For last, but so be it. They
Yeah.
want the credit.
But look at the gap. Look who's here.
There you go.
Mitoki.
It's time. It's time to turn it all on. You need to decide if you're going to go for it on your teammate and you have more pace. Yellow.
Caution.
Invade.
Invade. Tadpole and SV going at it.
Oh my days.
Side by side.
This is the last thing Fusion wants. Really the last thing the Merc Academy wants. We've got two Ferrari cars in front here who are lappers, and one going to be Ferrari next year as well.
Yeah. Not a good sign.
They're side by side right now.
I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. How have they not touched?
Invad's watching this in his mirrors.
I don't know. They're going to keep
Insane.
it. Keep it.
Oh my
goodness. Keep it side by side. Why not?
Oh no!
OSB!
OSB slides.
But this is going to be DRS for Reese down the hangar straight. It surely will be. Invade is in.
Oh yeah.
Invade is in. Tadpole
surely.
Still ahead.
Speeds again.
Or a fastest lap, who knows with Invade right now. But luckily only one lap car to deal with for Fusion in this scenario. But
indeed.
Fusion's battery is almost 70. Reese's is 30.
Tadpole's going to play the savior role for Reese Dainty right now.
Yeah, but he's not going to stay there for long. He really can't. He's got to get out of the way here soon.
Nope, he decided against it. Never mind. But look at he's at 8% now.
My goodness.
We're going to see if lap cars give the leader dirty air here.
Absolutely, but Reese is going to get more DRS. Oh, no, there we go. Never mind. Tadpole got out of the way.
Let's him go.
I don't think Reese is... Nope, Reese still got the DRS.
It there, but will not have it for the
Double
last
DRS
lap.
for both of them.
Yeah. Remember, Fusion pitted a lap earlier too, so if there's anyone at risk of any punctures, if they've not managed tires correctly, it would be Fusion in this situation.
Indeed, 15 laps on.
Look at the battery. Fusion at 62, Reese at 17. This is
wow.
Reese
under so much. I mean, Fusion put on overtake there for a very split second, so he realized he's got all the battery to fight this. He's just got to not be caught up by the dirty air. Reese almost got on the grass.
And here we go, final lap of the race.
One to go, presented by Qatar Airways.
Josh gets a 3-second penalty, and that's going to drop him out of the points.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate for Josh.
But here we go.
Dainty ahead, 0.7 of a second, now 8. Fusion trying to bring it down. He brought it down about a tenth and a half.
Both on overtake right there for a moment.
Fusion in the 60s, Reese in the teens when it comes to DRS. Fusion has the big DRS advantage right now.
59 versus 8.
Reese is going to put it in a none here and just hopefully rely on the dirty air just to be his savior right here. Fusion's going to gain, but he cannot be affected by the dirty air because he's got so much battery. One more DRS zone to decide it.
One more DRS
Indeed, half a second separates it.
Fusion's got 5/10, and he has a good corner. He's going to have a chance here.
This could be the corner to decide it. Here we go.
This could be it.
He's going to dive in.
He's going to run him down. Shut the door.
It's the wrong move, honestly. Oh, little slide there from Reese. But Fusion's going to have a lot more DRS than Reese. He might be able to...
Reese's fuel light is blinking. Just keep aware of that as well.
Oh.
We're going to see if Fusion dives it in here.
2 things to deal with.
Does Fusion dive it in here?
He has to.
He definitely has to.
It's wide.
Not going to happen.
And I think that's all she wrote.
That might be game over.
Unless Reese runs out of fuel here. It looks like
Indeed, but he won't. Reese Dainty has his masterpiece.
How about that? We still got a battle for P6. Fusion ties his best career finish. Beatnik is third. Mitsubishi is fourth. AJ gets Red Bull their first points of the season. Idal will be sixth. Maxwell will drop to eighth. Lennon gets Josh on track.
There you go.
Woo! What a story.
As soon as I saw that fuel light for Reese, I remember this race in Tier 1 going forward, Season 9. He was really risking it with the fuel. He was below, and he was out originally until he somehow managed it when he passed Bourbon Boy and still made it to the end. Lennon gets a point for Haas. Shanghai back to the points for Aston as well. We have some great stories tonight in this race. Josh, P11 for Sauber. Maxwell back in the points for the first time in RPL since Season 11 Monza of F1. I mean, that's almost a full year.
P13.
Yeah, Leonard came in late. Not what he would have wanted, but still not bad on the day. He had a Corey Marshall, his teammate, who will be the last one to finish.
And
Who
also,
did you
just
guys give driver of the day to? You're saying
I'm gonna give it to Reese.
that's fair. He played a good defensive masterclass. I would agree. You were
I
saying
would,
Polish?
I would probably agree, but just because I want to be different, I'm gonna give it to, low key. I just want the standings to go through before I mention who I want to give it to. But while we wait for that, I will say Ferrari 2 for 2 in Tier 2.
Indeed.
They have such a strong lineup. 2 champions of the past.
Take a look at some of these. Maxwell with the fastest lap. The game gave Trevor the day to LS, but that will not be happening. Most overtakes SV, even though he finished last, because that makes sense. I'm gonna give it to Shanghai. Started 16th, finished
Ooh.
9th,
That's
in
fair.
an Aston.
That is
I think
fair.
that's fair.
That is definitely fair. Also, no cleanest
yeah.
driver. So everyone either had a collision warning with somebody, or a track limit at some point. So there was no cleanest driver. Everyone had something happen.
Wow.
So that was the kind of race it was. Everyone was on the limit.
That's crazy.
I think since we're turning to this tier, I've got to look at Reese's drives and say this is probably one of the most hardest earned in terms of defensive driving. And you had Portugal where he
indeed.
played the range strategy well. You had Imola, he dominated, but this just seems a little different for Reese with the way his wins have come. I know it still was close in the end. He always keeps them close usually, but yeah, it was a good one for Reese. And that's what happens when you put a lineup of drivers who are borderline tier 1. You're gonna have some of them win. You're gonna have some of them not have the best days. Night out Bahrain winner down in 6th, and we only lost a few drivers from the race. I mean, it was only really due to the Red Bull guys giving up on the day for whatever
Yeah.
reason that was. Whether it was damage,
And
frustration, I don't know.
and a disconnect causing AJ, but he still came home.
And he came
a
back in the
decent
session
spot.
too, so it's not like he didn't finish in the session. He did join back the session within 5 minutes, and
Right. That's good.
Hey, I
I
don't
do
know about you
wonder would he have
guys.
got to Matoki? I don't know.
He might have, possibly. But I don't know. That Red Bull, I feel like, is just a worse car than the Mercedes, honestly. But
Fast but hard to drive.
yeah, he definitely should have tried. But
Ah,
I'm just gonna say, is
Yeah.
anyone else's voice gone?
no, I'm good.
My
I'm
voice
surprisingly
is-
not.
My voice is gone.
Bonkers.
It's been a while since
Yeah.
I've commentated. I need to get back
I
into
hear
the
ya.
swing of it.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, we all enjoyed that because we knew it was going to come down to the last lap, let alone even if it wasn't the last lap, we knew that these drivers were giving it all they got. And will changes be made from what Cookie said? I mean, Fusion finished top 4, Maxwell didn't. Maxwell didn't race Bahrain, though. I mean, neither did Fusion, so.
Mm-mm. What a race we
There
had
you
on our
go.
hands. Winner Reese Dainty. We'll see you guys for the next Tier 2 race in Monza. Tier 1 also racing as well. Same track, right?
No, China tomorrow.
China. All right. So, Tier 1 Shanghai will be our next stream. Watch out for that. As well as the Tier 2 next race in Monza. I'm Faded, Polish Hammer,
Sir.
and in courtesy of Rydocon, who did just leave the party. So long, friends.